I wanted to talk today about the future of events. I've been doing a bit of research of late, and in some of the things that I've been asked by different event organizers and conferences, etc., is how do we make this more about the delegate? Too often events have been all about look at the speakers we've got, or look at the interactive fun things we're doing in the expo floor. It's about the delegates. More than ever, delegates want to be involved in the event. Some great research was done in the USA. Focus was around churches and why churches are dying. The big mega churches seem to be growing, but the way they grow is stealing from other mega churches. In the same way, some big events seem to get the same speakers or the same delegates will go. So for some of the just standard everyday events, how do we get more people involved? How do we make, essentially the question is, how do we make the delegate the star of the show? So there's a couple of things that we can do. And the first thing is get the speakers off the stage. Because the speakers, a lot of the time, the speakers will speak at an audience. They might get them to do a few interactive things, but that's it. More and more, there's a request. You would have seen there's a lot of panels, but even panels are struggling because often they'll get the sponsors to be on the panels, and the sponsors will be very focused on how can I sell my event, or how can I sell my product? How can I sell what I'm after, versus considering what is it that the delegates want? What do they want to hear? And how do I hear the problems they're having? So how that's shifting is there's a lot more interactivity with the apps that is coming up for the panel sessions. We're getting the questions coming from the stage anonymously or with names so we can find out what's going on. They tried Twitter streams in the background, but people sometimes use colorful language, so that didn't work. What I'm finding more and more now are more things like fireside chats or fish bowls. The Professional Conference Organizers Association, who, you know, always on the leading edge of the different events that are happening, a couple of years ago, we did a fishbowl session where that is the assumption that the people in the audience know the problems and they also know the solutions. So we basically had about 100 people sitting in the round with 5 empty chairs, and as the facilitator, we'd talk to the audience and say, okay, what are the big questions you've got? Let's get some people from the audience who have dealt with this before. And we would rotate people off the chairs, bringing up both questions and answers. It's a different skill set to manage that than the standard speaker. It's looking at how do you get the person off if they're up there? You know, when you have a Q&A session and someone will talk for ages without actually having a question. So it becomes, how do we quickly get to the question? How do we quickly get to the answer? And then how do we make sure they provide value? How, if someone is going off on a tangent, how do we bring them back? How do we know when it's the right time to rotate people on and off? Who are the right people in the audience to go on stage? So it's a different skill set for more a facilitator than a speaker to do it. So that's one thing you can do at events. Other things, there's a lot more interactive play, so to speak, but there has to be some value in those kind of things that you're doing. So I would suggest to you, if you're putting an event together, or if you're someone who contributes to an event, speaker, sponsor, presenter, facilitator, event partner, look at how can you make the delegates the star of the show and get them involved. I'm Warwick, Mary, the Get More Guy. If I can help you at your next event, please get in touch. Hope this has been of some value.